Hello and welcome to my channel where we talk about tips and tricks for teaching elementary music. Here's today's video. So this is program week for me for the first program of the school year. It's a Veterans Day themed program, so all of it's patriotic, and it is my program weeks. I do things differently than I do the rest of the school year. So I'm going to take you along and show you some of the things I do. So I don't teach like full classes during program week. I have my classes come to me, but I don't do like a regular lesson. Most of the time, especially if it's a performing class, a class in that particular program, then they are definitely watching videos because they've been working hard, so they can be watching videos while I'm doing other things that may or may not be program related, but things that need to get done on that particular day at school. So like many music teachers, I wear many hats, and today is Monday of my program week, the first program week, and I have been sitting here working on house points because I'm the person that collects the calendars for house points. If you don't know anything about house points, basically we have 3 houses, red, blue, and green, and the idea is that the teachers give points for student behavior. They can also earn points for doing a good job in resource, which is like music, art, PE, guidance, media. They can get extra points for other things, perfect attendance, all of those things adds up. And then I go and get the calendars off the wall and go and tabulate the points and put them all together. I'm about halfway through this process. I'm going to just show you my pile of what I've got going on here. So that's my done pile. I've gone through and tabulated all of those points. This is my to be done pile. And then right here is my actual sheet where I'm putting the points, and I'll add it all up so that I can be able to say which house won. So that I can say which house won a house party for the month of October. Anyway, right now I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I will continue doing this today as I have classes coming in, and I will film other things that I'm doing during program week. Catch you soon. So it is the same week. It's still program week, but it is Wednesday. I last recorded on Monday because we didn't have school yesterday because yesterday was election day and they use a lot of the schools for polling places. So anyway, so I have 5 classes today, and they're all just going to watch videos while I'm doing work on the computer, and some of which will be program related, some of which won't. But let me show you what I am working on probably the most of the time that they're in here in my room today. So this is my program checklist, and I have it in my digital planner, which if you don't know how to make one of these, I will put a link in the description box because I made a whole video on how to make a digital planner like this. And any blurred lines that you're going to see are because they're things that I don't want you to see, maybe names or other things like that. And these are like my planning sheets. And so on and so forth. So going back over to here, as you can see, I have done most of what we're doing, checked off most of these boxes. I still have some more to work on. I'm not going to sit here and waste your time and read them all. The classes that are in them are first and fourth grade and the chorus, and looks like I get to check this one off because I got all those people lined up to help me behind the scenes yesterday. And then page 2 is just a bunch of things that you do like the day of the program. So I was going to show this to you on my screen at school, and I went through the editing process and discovered that it was too many things to blur out. So I went ahead and made a generic bulletin for you to see. So I don't do the
physical paper bulletins anymore. I do these digital bulletins, and where I do it is on Canva, which you can have a free account on there. And here's a generic one just right up here. You can find all sorts of pictures and different colors and fonts that you want to do. So you can just see this was a food and drinks menu, I think is what I found originally, and just kind of wrote over it. And then I've just been, copying, pasting, making new ones here and there. So you could see, like in this one, you would have your school, your program, all that. And then the next page has a different, like wallpaper version, background paper. And eventually you can add animations, and I'll show you what it looks like when you run it as a actual animated bulletin. So you can see it makes it more interesting for the parents. And then what I do is I send it out in our class messaging system as a link. The day of the program, I'll send it out. And then the night of the program, I will also have made some QR codes with the link embedded, of course. And I will post those on the wall of the auditorium and tell the parents, if they didn't get a chance to see the link, that they can go get the digital bulletin there.
So the schedule for this week is kind of strange. So we had classes on Monday. We didn't have school yesterday because of election day. Today we have classes. And then tomorrow and Friday, we have school, but tomorrow and Friday, they're using the resource team to do the testing. So we will not have resource classes on those days. And tomorrow is the actual program. Now, normally on the morning of the program is when I have my big, full run through with all my performers, and we, all the speaking parts and everybody getting on and off the stage and all that stuff. But I had to do that last week because of testing this week. I wasn't going to be able to have the performers in there in the morning time because it was going to interfere with testing and whatnot. So, all that being said, tomorrow is program day, so I'll talk more tomorrow. Okay, so it is program day, and normally I would have had a big rehearsal this morning, but I told you in the last video that we did our rehearsal last week because of testing today and tomorrow. So I've already done testing, and I don't think they need me for the rest of the day. So I do have some things that I'm going to do and some things that I'm going to show you that I've been doing. So one of the things that I do that your teachers need to know what it is that they're doing with the kids. So I have been working with the kids on the stage and telling them where to stand and what instruments they're using and how to come in and out and all those things. But the night of the program, you never know who's going to show up. So I don't assign them spots because you might end up having a big gap in your spots. So I usually say things like, please put your shorter people in the front and your taller people in the back and have them stand on this part of the stage, whatever the scenario is. And as a result, I end up writing a big information letter to the teachers. You don't really need to know what it says, but I don't know if you can see, but I do bullet points. So the idea is that the teacher will find their name and they'll read through to see all of their information. So I'll just read you one to give you an idea. This particular song, everybody's playing the same instruments. You can mix up the classes, divide all students into pairs, pair up the shorter students and place them in the front of the line. The taller students will pair up and be in the back of the line. Each pair needs two different instruments, and I name the instruments. If you have an uneven number of students, give the solo student both instruments, because we've practiced if you don't have a partner. The whole thing is with this song, the kids are going to switch instruments halfway through the song, so they've learned how to play both parts. If you don't have a partner, you're going to put your extra instrument on the floor and then just switch with the floor. And then I tell them which part of the stage to enter through and how to put them on the rows and when they're finished, which door to exit out of, and take all instruments back to your holding room, and there will be 6 songs before you return for the finale. So each group that has a piece will have this information that they're reading. And then at the back, I tell everybody where they're going to go for the finale, how they're coming in, and where they're standing for the finale. So that's my teacher instruction page, and it's a front and back piece of paper. And I find that bullet points makes it easier to digest and all of that. And then another thing that I've had to write is my runner's info, which just tells them, get this class from the music room right at 5:30 p.m. They should be getting on the stage while the chorus is leading the Pledge of Allegiance and singing the Star Spangled Banner. And after they do that, they go to the next room that they need to go get people from. And the other piece of paper that I have is called Logistics in Order. I don't know if you can see that, where it says like the curtain is closed, open, all that. Okay, so this is for my curtain puller, so they know when to open and close the curtain. And then I have a chorus order, which I'm not going to show you the names of the students, but basically it's the order of how they're going to line up to come in the classroom, into the auditorium, and the teachers that are with them. Chorus is graded on performance, so I need to know if they're there or not. So the teachers that are with them will mark them here or not. And if they're not there the next time we have class, they will have a makeup opportunity. So the makeup opportunity is they get a chance to sing 2 songs from the program. They won't do it by themselves. They won't be a soloist. It'll be with the other people that missed and or other people that just want to get up and sing with them. And we don't usually go through the entirety of 2 songs. It's just, maybe a verse or so of a song, just to give them that experience of standing up and performing in front of other people. Okay, so that's all of the paper things, except for I will also make, and I haven't done this yet, I will make signs with the holding room information on it. For example, it's going to have a teacher's name and it'll say music room, another teacher's name, art room, another teacher's name, and room 1 or whatever the other room is that we're using. And that will be up front, so when the parents come in, they know which way to send their students. And then we have the Canva presentation, the program, the digital program, which I haven't finished, the bulletin, which I haven't finished putting together, but it's almost done. All right, the next video that I show you will be of the auditorium itself and what needs to happen next with that. So we are on the stage, and I need to get all these poly spots lined up where they should be, and to start moving instruments into their holding rooms. So you can see that I put them all in bins. Makes your life so much easier. That's the monitor that the music's going to be playing through to the kids. Some mic stands. My signs that spill out veterans. And my teacher stand. So I got to get all of this set up for tonight. All right, so here's the completed stage. I have spaced out the poly spots. Got my veterans in the order that they'll be used. I do need to pull some things off of the stage still and put them in their right places. Okay, so it is about 30 minutes before we're going to start letting parents in. School is over. I ran and got just a quick little fast food meal just to have some food in my stomach. And came back, sat in my room, ate my snack, and read a book for a bit. And I am going to be going back into the auditorium, do a sound check again, and get ready to go. So let me talk a little bit about how I structure my program. So we have you saw in the earlier video that I posted, we have the risers on the floor in front of the stage and then the stage. So what happens is the chorus comes in first and they're on the risers and the curtain is closed. Chorus sings. The first group that's going to be on the stage is getting ready behind the curtain. Chorus is done singing. They sit down on the risers. Curtain opens. They perform. Curtain closes. Chorus stands up, sings, and the same thing happens again. The people that were on the stage are going off the stage. The next group is coming on. And there's short little speaking parts in between each thing. And I have the chorus doing the speaking parts. I always use the chorus because I can work with them. We have chorus twice a week, so there's more time to work with them. And they get used to doing it and they want to do it from program to program to program. So the entirety of this program, there are 9 songs, and I have everybody in the finale so that, it's a good way to end everything. It's also a good way to help motivate everybody to stay, because if you have a program where the kid is only in one song and it's, let's say, the very first song, it's highly possible that the parents might be like, okay, we're just going to leave. And that's fine. I mean, they could certainly do that. But if you can imagine, if you have that constantly happening throughout the program, it can be disruptive in the audience as they get up and walk out and all that. And especially if they're talking to the children in the hallway, and it can be a problem. So if you have everybody in your finale, it kind of encourages everybody to stay, and also is a nice way to kind of, put a bow on it, end it. Here we go. And so then when it's over, I have to tear down a few little sound equipment pieces and bring those back to my room. Meanwhile, the teachers who are with the students in the holding rooms, they are very kind to bring back whatever instruments they had for their group and just sit them outside the music room door. And then I'll take care of it later. So my programs usually last about 35 minutes with 9 songs and those quick transitions of something's happening in the front and then people are leaving or getting ready behind the curtain, and then the curtain opens and that thing happens, the curtain closes, and the next group is coming in, and so on and so forth. So 9 songs with some speaking parts in between and those quick transitions. It's usually about a 35-minute program. So it's long enough to make it worth the while to come out and see it, but not so long that people are going, ugh, how much time am I going to be here tonight when I'd rather be at home? I mean, I'm sure there's some parents that think that way. Anyway, yeah, so we're about 15 minutes before we let the parents in. Whew. Program's over with. It lasted about 35 minutes. Just what I said. Parents seemed to like it. Kids had fun. You usually end up having about 75% of the performers that are involved show up for a nighttime performance. So I'm going to give you a quick look at what the music room looks like. A little bit of a hot mess. Looks like a program threw up in here, and I'll take care of it tomorrow. Also got other program stuff for the next program hanging out over in this corner because the next one is in 5 weeks. Anyway, so that is program day. Okay, so it is the day after the program, and I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep well last night. I still get really jazzed when I do a music performance, whether it's one that I'm in or one that I direct. So it just doesn't, sleeping that night is not always easy. So a lot of times I will take the day off after a program, but being that this week they needed us to test today, and also that it was one of those weeks where we've already had, we had election day off, and then next week is Veterans Day, and we'll have that day off. And I just felt like, yeah, I can just push through and come in and do the testing and put my room back together and all the things that need to get done. So forgive my appearance today. I don't really have much makeup on at all, and I think my hair is a mess, but just wanted to wrap up this program week. Few things that I wanted to touch on is that you may have noticed that there weren't really any decorations on my stage. I have been teaching for 32 years and I have done it all. I've had full set pieces with props and costumes and full characters with full scripts and like little mini musicals. I've had just, minimal little things going on. And now what I do is I let the bulletin board speak the theme of the program, and then the kids are dressed in colors that make sense that go with the program. So for example, since this was a Veterans Day program, my students were dressed in either a red top, a white top, or a blue top. And so at the end, when they're doing the finale and they're standing up there in a tableau, it looks really nice. You got the red, white, blue. So that was fun. But you can do whatever you want to do, obviously, as a teacher. I've been doing this long enough. I want to not make it harder for myself, because at one point I was making costumes. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. And some of you might ask, well, what about parents or PTA? Certainly, if you are in a school situation where you have a lot of parents that would be helpful to you as far as wanting to make those things and help you out, that would be great. And I have had that in the past, but you have to remember that you are the director, the arranger of music, the choreographer, the backstage logistics creator, all the other many hats that go into. I'll put anything up here that I can't think of right now that might also go with the things that you have to do as a director of a program in elementary music. So if you have to add on top of that, come up with a costume design and line up volunteers to create said costume design, and come up with how are they getting the materials, or how are the parents making it, or all of those other things, it just becomes problematic. So I decided long ago to just go with a different colored shirt, a solid shirt, to go with their part. So one other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that my next program is just 5 weeks away. So you might wonder, how does that work? In September, I start teaching the Veterans Day program. I give 8 weeks, approximately 8 weeks before the start of a program. I start working on a program approximately 8 weeks before the program is going to be performed. And so in September, I start with the Veterans Day program, and by the second week of October, I'm getting the holiday program up and running. And so those are being run concurrently. And the way that mine is set up is I have 1st and 4th grade in the Veterans Day program. So they officially ended their program run last night. And my next group that's going to be in a program in 5 weeks is kindergarten and 3rd grade. Chorus is in both. I'll talk to you about chorus in a moment. Meanwhile, 2nd grade is not in a program until February, so they won't even start working on their program stuff until January. So 2nd grade is getting what I call the garden variety lesson, right? So every week, 2nd grade comes in and we run the everything sing, move, listen, play, new song, old song, all of these things. You can look at some of my other videos and see how I run my classes, lesson structure in my class. I'll probably put one in the description box in case you're curious. But 1st and 4th have been practicing Veterans Day stuff for a while. It was just in my classroom mixed in with some other activities, and then we moved it to the stage and did stage rehearsals where we were just focused on the program. And now, of course, the program's done, so they'll go back to doing regular lessons, garden variety lessons. K and 3 have just been practicing in the classroom, working their holiday songs in the classroom, mixed in with some other things, like a regular class activity. They are going to be going to the stage starting next week so that they can get that exposure. Because between now and that program, there's Veterans Day, so the Tuesday classes miss out. There's Thanksgiving, so the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday classes miss out on a chance to be on the stage. So I need to start that next week. So that is how you run two programs congruently beside each other. You've got to be very organized and know who's doing what. And I have on my desk a schedule that tells me who's in what program, what instruments they're playing, what dance song they're doing, and those sorts of things. That really helps me out. Excuse me. So chorus in September, we started school in August, mid-August. So they were working on just my normal get ready, let's, get how do we use our voices, get into our head voice, unison singing, let's figure out what a round is, all of those sorts of things that we do at the beginning of chorus class, how to get into head voice, all of that. But then once mid-September rolls around, they're definitely working on Veterans Day songs. And by the middle of October, I'm pulling in slowly, not all at once, holiday songs. So now that the Veterans Day program is over with, the holiday songs are going to be our focus, but none of them are new now. So they had 5 songs they learned for Veterans Day, and now we're working on 5 songs for holiday program. And I think the last one we added maybe 2 weeks ago. So like I said, none of them are brand new to them. So now we're in the polishing things up phase so that we're ready for that next program. So some bonus footage here. It is the day of my second program, and so it's just 5 weeks after the first program that I already did all those other vlogs about. And I just had the big rehearsal, and whoo! Yeah, rehearsals can be fun. Students forget what they're doing. Teachers aren't sure where you want them to put the students. People have questions. Your mind as the director is focused on other things and can't always focus on the question of the moment. So those big run-throughs, they're absolutely necessary, but they can be mentally draining. So I have a planning period before the rest of my classes come in for the rest of the day. And then the program tonight. So the December program is over with, and I'm home, and I'm tired. And so 2 programs down, and we're through the marathon. Okay, so that's about all I have to say about program week. I hope that this gave you some information or some idea of what it might look like to do a program in elementary music. And I hope that you will remember to subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.